A look at that final score out at Gillette Stadium. Patriots pummel the Detroit Lions 29-0, shutting out the highest scoring offense in the NFL. Welcome into Post Game Live, presented by your New England Ford dealers and Ford trucks. Michael Holley, Tommy Curran, Ted Johnson, Amina Smith here with you. Matt Cassel to join us in just a few. And guys, I knew the Patriots would win this game. I did not think they would win it in this fashion where they shut out the Detroit Lions. But Holley, your biggest takeaway after this win?
Credibility, credibility, credibility. You had to come away with the victory here against the Detroit Lions at home, even though you got Bailey Zappe. So you proved to yourself that you may be struggling, but you're not them. Detroit, historically bad again today. And I think credibility, fellas, for your fan base, because 2-3, you're still alive. 1-4, eyes start to wander. Okay, we'll go elsewhere because this is not worth my emotional investment.
I look at this game, and when you see this kind of a performance by the team, I can't help but look back and say, hey, last week, if it had gone differently, if Bailey Zappe had been incompetent, if the defense hadn't shown up, if they hadn't done what they did against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, well, maybe they wouldn't have had the same zip in their step, but they had zip and they had Zappe. And as a result, I think moral victories matter. Last week's moral victory helped propel this kind of a performance today, and I'm going to give a ton of credit.
Bars.
Right?
To
Zip and Zappe.
Patricia and Zappe, because I said if you lock these guys in the gym until Wednesday, they won't score 30 points. They ended up with 29.
Yeah, let's face it. We have a season now, boys and girls. I mean, it was a great game all around. I mean, Zappe came in, did incredible. I mean, the offense was very, very efficient. The play-action game was on fire today. Rhamondre Stevenson, he showed you how good he is. The offensive line and the defensive lines controlled that game. And in the Lions, when they come out there in that first drive, 4th and 1 at midfield, and get stuffed. I mean, their strength of their team is their center and their 2 guards, and they got stuffed on that 4th and 1. And you just knew right then, I mean, it was going to be a long day. The Patriots, good job. I mean, look, you're still one game under 500, but I think you're right, Tom. The momentum they carried from last week's loss, I think, helped propel them in this game.
And Curran, I like how you
stop.
Come on, come on. The moral victory still matters. Curran, I like how you got ahead of that 30-point comment that you made.
Amina already brought it up in the green room.
I like how you got ahead of that. Let's bring in Matt Cassel right now. And Matt, what did this New England team prove with this win over the Lions today?
You know, it was just a great win. When you have your third-string quarterback in there, everybody else needs to step up. And you saw that today, particularly defensively. I mean, they pitched a shutout. The Detroit Lions, who was the number 1 ranked offense coming into this game, I mean, they shut them down all day. They were 0 for 6 on 4th down, and they had a lot of 4th and 1 type conversion potential plays, and they shut them down. They created 2 turnovers. They harassed Jared Goff all day long. He looked uncomfortable. He looked out of sorts. And then from an offensive standpoint, they were just efficient and effective. They were able to matriculate the ball down the field. Zappe played great. I mean, I just think that he handled it like a true pro. He didn't look like a rookie. He looked comfortable, and he was in complete control of the offense the entire way. There was no operational issues at the line of scrimmage. I was just really impressed with how the offense came out. The offensive line deserves a lot of credit. And Rhamondre Stevenson, man, that guy is an absolute beast. He not only did it in the run game, he does it in the pass game, but a lot of people don't ever talk about it also, is his pass protection. They were blitzing Zappe all day long up the gut, and Rhamondre took on those guys and gave him time to operate inside that pocket.
And Bailey Zappe today, 17 of 21, 188 yards, and a touchdown and an interception. But Curran, what was Bailey Zappe able to do best in this matchup to get the Patriots to win this game?
I think Jonathan Vilma had a great point about climbing the pocket and showing poise. I thought that was really interesting. To when they strung together those highlights of him stepping up, you saw it. And look, we had plenty of time using both Joe Judge and Matt Patricia as our personal piñatas throughout the summer. But to have that level of poise, that doesn't just happen for a first-year player in his 4th game coming out of Western Kentucky, unless you've had your hand held and been put in a position that you feel you're going to be comfortable to do things in. So, again, we've had plenty of occasions where we have lambasted the Patriots' decision-making and putting those guys in positions of influence. But to play like that, to be barely into the league, haven't even Peter drop, as Scott Pioli used to like to say, and to play like that, that's impressive.
And, you know, the other thing is, generally we say, because we've been spoiled with all the great quarterbacking we've seen over the last 20 years, with Tom Brady and others. Go back to Drew Bledsoe, Ted, with you. Very good quarterback, above average, certainly Pro Bowler, and Mac Jones, Pro Bowler last year. We've seen a lot of good to great quarterbacking. So we tend to say, oh, we didn't do that much. It was okay. But then compare it to what it could have been. Like Jared Goff looked like the fourth-round rookie today. No poise, totally flustered, spent his day backpedaling, and you were wondering, what was he doing? So Bailey Zappe didn't have one play like that today. Even the interception, put it right on the hands of Nelson Aguilar. The ball pops in the air. The interception is not Bailey Zappe's fault. And when the play is open, he didn't overthrow him. He didn't overthrow Jacoby Myers. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. So that's the most impressive thing to me.
And Matt, you said it. I mean, Detroit blitzed a lot. I mean, they're one of the highest blitzing defenses in the NFL, and they blitzed Zappe all day. I don't think he got sacked all game. That was incredible. And then, even though his yards might not jump out at you, look at his average yards per pass. I think it was over 9. So, I mean, when he was connecting down the field. The play action game was incredible. But let's face it, Bailey Zappe had a lot of help today, you guys, because of the running game. That running game really put the Detroit Lions on their heels, and it gave Bailey Zappe a good, a chance to hit that play action stuff and get guys, downfield.